What are we talking about today?
Hello everybody, and welcome to What Are We Talking About? Today we're talking about Dawn of the Dead. Actually, the original Dawn of the Dead, directed by George A. Romero in, I think it was 1978. Well, yeah, written and directed by George Romero.
Yes, 1978. Whew.
Yes, 1978. And you feel it when you watch it, that it is...
Even
like, that's,
then, I feel like some of the graphics
that's the
are
problem
a little
for
bit
me.
dated for
Like, that's the thing.
1978.
It's the first of its kind, right? Like, his
yeah.
was the first... I mean, it wasn't the first of its kind. There was Night of the Living Dead first, right?
Yeah.
But George Romero was the revolutionary in the zombie genre.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, for the time, it was somewhat revolutionary in just what was going on, right? The movie itself. But now, when you look back on it, it's very dated.
Oh, it's pretty hard to
Especially
watch.
the makeup. Like, all the zombies, they just
effects,
paint them with
yeah.
gray makeup, basically.
And they didn't even then, like, they missed
Oh, yeah, like,
parts on people.
they kind of look like Batman, where the eyes are a different color than the rest of their face. Yeah.
The zombie acting in itself. Whew.
Yeah, like it's definitely not like a modern day zombie movie, but
Or show.
there is a lot of stuff in it that is actually, you can tell why it's a classic, like why
You
people loved it back then, and I still like overall, yeah, there was a lot of poking fun at it while we were watching it because it was so dated.
There's a lot of laughable parts.
I still, it felt a little long, but other than that, I did enjoy it. It was, like, there are parts to it that I enjoy. Like, it's still a zombie movie, and I like most zombie movies. Like, I watched Mutant Vampire, I don't even know what it's called anymore. It's like Zombie Vampire Mutants from the Hood or something like that.
No, I never watched that because you explained it to me. I was like, I can't. I can't do it.
I own a movie called Humans vs. Zombies, and it's based on the people at college playing Nerf Humans vs. Zombies, and then a real zombie apocalypse happens. Yeah, I kind of have a thing for zombie movies.
Oh yeah, no, I love zombie thing. I have tons of zombie games. I watch tons of zombie movies. But you've gone a little bit further with some of your zombie movies.
But that's the thing.
But
Dawn of the Dead, like I said,
it's a classic.
It is a classic, and you can tell why. Like, there is a lot of parts that are really good, and I would say
you can tell why they
for
made
the
a
most
remake.
part,
You
for
can
the
tell
most
why
part,
they made a remake.
The guy who looked like Brad Bird, I don't know his name, was pretty good until near the end. He started getting more and more ridiculous. He's like the dad from the remake kind of thing, right?
Oh, Roger.
Yeah.
His name is Scott H. Rayner, I think his name is.
And then
Ranger.
What the guy that you said I don't remember because I haven't seen the remake in a long time, but you said that he's in the remake at the start, the main guy.
Ken Foree, otherwise known as Peter in the movie, and he's supposed to be like almost.
He was the best
like,
part.
If you were to look back on it, it's like his character is what Ving Rhames is going for in the new one. Right?
No, yeah,
and no, he is in the new one. He's in, I believe it's when that CJ guy in the new Dawn of the Dead is sitting there watching TV before all the TVs go off air, or before he goes to bed, which then the morning they're all off air.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like a priest sitting there at a table saying that, like, when hell is full, the dead will rise, type of thing. And that's one of his famous lines from this classic Dawn of the Dead movie that he says. And when I seen that part, I was like,
I think he says, like,
the new Dawn of the Dead
when
movie.
hell is full. I think he just said, like, when hell is full or something, and the other people are like, what? And he's just like, that's something my grandpa used to say. When hell is full, the dead will rise, which is a weird thing for somebody's grandpa to just, that's a thing that they say. But that's the classic line, right? And then you said that doesn't he say that at the start in like a newsreel or something?
Yeah, he's on TV. Like it's when CJ in the new Dawn of the Dead is sitting there before he goes to bed anyways, he's sitting there watching TV in the security room or whatever, and he's on the TV, and he's sitting there. It looks like a priest or something.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there saying that classic
line
that he said in the original. And then,
but
also that one character, Steven, who is like, I guess, the guy we start off with at the beginning of the movie. He's that SWAT guy.
He was Flyboy, right?
No, not Flyboy.
Who's Steven then?
Steven was the other SWAT dude. There's the two SWAT dudes. There's Steven, who met up with Peter at that apartment complex, and then Flyboy and the girl were at the...
Yeah, Steven is the guy who looks like Brad Bird.
Yes.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I meant for the... Okay, that guy, Steven, for the most part, at the beginning, definitely. I thought he had a really strong performance, even for today's standards.
But then to clarify earlier, though... Sorry about that. Clarify earlier, then, that Roger dude, the guy... or no, I'm getting things mixed up. Yes, Steven is the Flyboy, and Roger is the SWAT dude.
Okay, yeah.
Who's in the new remake as well. He's the dad who dies. But anyways, go on.
But yeah, no, he... I thought that he was really good, even compared to, like, modern performances. Like, he was quite convincing, especially at the beginning, but then near the end, he got a little more wacky, and his performance was shown to be a little more dated.
Mm-hmm.
But the other guy, Peter,
yeah.
he was what makes the movie worth watching.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
like,
for sure. He's my favorite character. Other than near the end there when he's just like, no, I'm going to stay. And you think he's going to have this awesome, like, final showdown with all these zombies coming in to get them, and there's, like secured room, which they, like, broke through that flimsy wall. And got there.
that was...
And it looks like he's about to
kill himself,
regulation. And all of a sudden he just, like, no, I'm gonna go get on the helicopter with the chick and fly away. It's just... What?
Change my mind, I want to come.
What was the change?
Like, he was about to shoot himself, and then he was just like...
No, and then he shot the zombie.
You know what? Maybe I just won't kill myself.
Yeah, like, it's just like, why didn't he make this decision to go in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't really get it either.
I didn't really get
Because
that.
like you said, him staying behind, it makes it seem like, I'm going to stay here and try and kill every single zombie until I die.
Yeah,
like,
and then he...
But then no, he just went and was going to kill himself. And it was like... Really?
Yeah, like, yeah, and then also...
And then he doesn't kill himself.
And then it's just like a change of heart, where it's just like, no, I'm going to run...
I'm going to tap that ass.
I'm going to
make it up to the helicopter.
Yeah.
She's pregnant now, but in a few months.
Yeah, like... There was like like we said, like, it's a good movie. You can tell why it's a classic, why they made a remake of it.
Definitely.
But
and having seen the remake, you can see
there's so many
the
Easter
stuff,
eggs.
right? Like
so many Easter eggs that point back to the original,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing, because there was a long sequence at the beginning, and then eventually, because the first one, the remake takes place in a mall, and you were saying, I'm pretty sure this one also takes place in a mall, and then like, right after that, they go to fly the helicopter to a mall.
Yeah. Well,
which, like, at the start, if you are expecting it to be all about this mall, I don't know. The beginning is different than the remake.
Oh, the beginning and the end for sure.
But there's a lot of aspects, like the surviving in the mall and stuff like that, and the whole. I mean, I thought that chick was gonna have a zombie baby because of the remake, right?
Yeah.
There was a couple things that I was almost expecting that didn't happen, and then there was also things like the guy that was like, does he actually play the father in the remake?
No, he's not the father, because the couple that are having the baby, they're African American.
No, not that good. No, I mean the father that you remember that one dude that looks like Brad Bird? He's in the remake also?
Yeah, he's in the remake also. Like I guess his name's Roger. He's the one. He was the other SWAT team guy in this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he's in the remake, and if you remember, he's the dad of the one hot girl, that I forget how he must have gotten bitten or something like that. Anyways, yeah, he dies, and he basically, how they take him out was the exact same situation
in the original.
He dies succumbing to his injuries, and then it's Ving Rhames, who's basically trying to be Peter in the original one.
Yeah.
Sits there with him till he dies, and when he gets up, then he shoots him, right? And
in the same way.
So he dies the same way in both movies, right?
Yeah.
And no, it's just like they had so many Easter eggs in the new one towards the old one, where like at the very beginning of the movie, where the one guy, like cross-eyed soldier or whatever, is just like, "Do you guys have a cigarette?" And they're just like, "No." And he's like, "What are you guys doing?" He's like, "We're going up." And he's like, "Oh, we're gonna go to an island." And they're like, "What island?" He's like, "Any island."
Yeah.
But that's what they plan on pretty much doing
In the remake.
in the remake.
Plus, if you've seen other George Romero movies, like I think it's Survival of the Dead. I think it is. They end up going to an island in that one because that's the sequel to Diary of the Dead, which is the found footage one that they made.
Yeah, and then there's also you can also like. I always thought with George A. Romero zombies that they were just the dead that came up and like they were just like brainless
like
creatures.
Walking Dead almost, right?
Yeah, but in obviously Land of the Dead, where
they're using like that Charles Barkley zombie like starts using guns.
Yeah,
and
they start almost like gaining a
and communicating.
Like, yeah, they start becoming smarter. And
almost evolving.
Yeah, and in this one, you almost see the start of that.
Yeah.
With them like. Even on the one radio broadcast, they were hearing about how they were being able to start using basic tools
yeah.
like just.
And the one guy, the doctor, was like,
weapons.
even animals will use the most basic of tools or whatever,
yeah,
right? Like in the same way.
He said they were creatures of pure instinct.
Yeah.
And yeah, like.
And there was even times where you seen like, the one zombie picked up a crowbar and smashed out the dude's window with it.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just like I didn't understand.
They also kept a bit of a memory from their life because they were saying about that's probably the reason that's what the movie says is the reason why all these zombies were trying to get into the mall is because that's what people know in life they like going to the mall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then in death they just for some reason are compelled to still want to go to that place.
Yeah, but then also because that guy, one of the main characters who dies at the end because of fighting those bikers off.
Yeah. Which wasn't in the remake.
No, he dies in the elevator or whatever. Like, he gets shot, but then he gets killed by being bitten a whole bunch of times by a bunch of zombies in the elevator. And then he comes out and he basically leads a whole bunch of zombies to where they're hiding out and, like, breaks down that flimsy wall.
Mm-hmm. Because he remembered where the wall was.
He just remembered where they were hiding out, right?
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
It's not so much that, like, he knew that they could break down the wall. It's just
but he remembered that hallway.
He remembered where.
Even though it was seamless, like that wall, it was seamless. Like you couldn't tell that there was a hallway there after they built the wall. Even though the wall was flimsy.
Some of them
as shit.
were able to like open door handles. Like the one that looked like Gandhi at the beginning is able to open up the door and go into where that chick was, right? And yeah, it's just like one thing I found about this movie. It's obviously because it's dated. Was there's a lot of inconsistencies with it. Like, a lot of things that just, like, it happened here, but it couldn't happen. Like, it's just, there's things, inconsistent.
Plot holes and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it. But, yeah, like, if you were to, another thing about the beginning, too, was how the apartment complex, they were supposed to go and evacuate it, right?
And they're just killing it?
And they're pretty much just killing everyone. It was just like, what? Like, this doesn't seem like an evacuation.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
because it wasn't until you looked it up later and told me that it was an evacuation. I didn't think that's what it was. I thought they were like trying to capture criminals or something, right? And then then it got out of hand and they were like, just kill him. It's a riot. Like I didn't know what was going on.
And it was very weird at the beginning. Like the middle of the movie, I kind of enjoyed. It was the beginning and the ending that was
a little bit weird.
Right? Like,
and you can tell that's why Zack Snyder based his movie off of the middle, not off of the beginning and the end, because those are the parts that, especially today's audience, wouldn't like. It's weird.
It is. No,
compared to modern movies.
But now I can go back and I can watch the remake here with Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead and appreciate it a lot more with all the Easter eggs and all the callbacks to the original that I'll be able to see now, right?
Yeah,
like it's a lot of things where it's just like, like it may not be the same part of the story as the original.
Yeah.
But they at least call back to it, right?
Yeah.
They bring back things that are into the story of the new one, but not the same as the old one, right? It's just kind of like a Easter egg type of thing, right? Like it's like nowadays, if I had to choose between which one I would want to watch, the new one for sure. Like it's just nowadays it's better. I had really high hopes of this movie being like at least story wise really good. But one thing I've noticed is that George A. Romero isn't a storyteller. like, he created the whole concept of zombies type of thing.
I know.
But
I like the story of Land of the Dead.
It's alright, but it's just again, it's a bit weird. Like he has a weird style to stuff. Things that are just like what?
It's like almost George Lucas-y, where it's like
he
comes up with great stuff, but then he might not necessarily be able to.
He can't execute.
Yeah.
He can't execute.
But George Romero is a god.
No, he is. He basically created the zombies that we know and love.
Yeah.
Another thing too I like about the remake is that his zombies were fast.
Well, yeah,
They were savage. These ones are slow.
They were more almost like
28 days.
28 days later, yeah.
But they were still undead, so that was the only thing that kind of like gets you, right?
That's the thing. I've heard theories online where it's like zombies that take longer to come back are the slow zombies, and zombies that turn really fast are fast zombies. Like how in 28 Days Later or in World War Z.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I can't think of
But
any.
it's not like any of those movies are all in the same universe, right?
No, exactly. But it's just, it seems that most of the time in a zombie movie, if the zombies take a long time to turn,
oh yeah, yeah.
then when they come back, they'll be slow moving. But if they turn quickly, they'll be able to be faster moving, which kind of makes sense in the fact of if in like 28 Days Later, it's a virus, right? So you're still a person. But if you die and you come back an hour later, there's been a lot of brain cell death.
Oh yeah.
So you're not a whole person anymore, so you can't move as good. And there's even been some degeneration probably of your muscles and everything,
but like
right,
the
already.
whole thing with these zombies is that they are the undead. Like they are dead technically. So.
But it's different because I always thought that George Romero, and maybe like I still need to watch Night of the Living Dead. I haven't seen the original fully, but because these zombies are when you die you come back. I always thought that George Romero had started the zombies coming out of graves and shit like that.
I think he does in one of them. I think
Is it Night of the Living Dead?
I think there's a remake of the Night of the Living Dead, and it's an older one too, but it's a remake of the original black and white, right? And I think there are zombies that come out of the graves, like out of graves and stuff. But anyways,
Time to rate it.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead. I don't know. I can't rate it very high.
Well, I always do. Like I'm always rating it on how people would view it nowadays, right? And like how they would enjoy it nowadays. So if the person's never seen it before and they're gonna watch it nowadays, that's how I'm gonna rate it. And if that's the case, I don't think I
can get it to 6.
No, I can only give it like a 4. Because, like, unless you're wanting to just see where like a classic zombie movie, you know there's gonna be laughable parts, then yeah, go ahead and watch it. But if you're going into it thinking it's gonna be a great movie, that's the thing. Not like it'll
be different than it's very different from modern movies. So in that way, I agree. Like if you're expecting it to be like hold up to today's standards, it definitely doesn't.
No, story, special effects, everything about it, nothing holds up to nowadays, right?
But I still enjoyed the experience of watching it, so I can't go all that low.
No, I'm happy.
But I'm gonna give it a 5.5 because I can't get it to 6. Like, yeah, watch it. Like it's just underneath the 6. You could watch it, but don't expect that it's gonna be like. Yes, it's a classic and it was revolutionary for its time, and like there is parts that are good and stuff, and there's a good chance you'll enjoy watching it, especially if you watch it with a group of friends, right?
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. You're able to sit there and.
If you're expecting this to be your new favorite zombie movie, I don't think it will be.
No, not at all.
So that's why I can't get it all the way up to 6.
No, and that's why I almost want to give it like a 5 to me. Like you said, a 6 is like a passing mark. For me, I'd say a 5, which means like it's watchable, right? You're not going to enjoy it, but it's watchable. It's almost to the point, like depending on how your mindset going into it, if you're going into it for the first time watching it and hoping to like it, like enjoy the movie, you're not really going to. You're going to more make fun of it and laugh at it than anything.
In a lot, yeah.
So that in that way, I got to give it like a 4.5 out of 10.
So, not very high ratings. 4 to 4.5, 5.5. What do you think of the original Dawn of the Dead? We watched the U.S. theatrical cut, I guess.
Yeah, the extended. I don't know if I would have been able to watch the extended.
Yeah. But anyways, Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. That's going to be it.